What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers, shakers, and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Times.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? And special guest, Chris Abacon. What's going on?
What's going on, everybody?
Yes, sir. I got them both in the same room, so I can prove the whole Batman thing. Like
Yeah.
they're not the same person, right?
Yeah.
So please continue to tune in throughout the week. So Monday, Tuesday, our topics, Wednesday discussion, Thursdays, throwback Thursday this time around, and then Fridays, everything else, movies, books, games, all that good stuff. Without further ado, I give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. This article comes from bleepingcomputer.com, written by Lawrence Abrams. It's Nigerian Police Dismantle cybercrime recruitment mentoring hub. So what they talk about here is that Nigerian police, I think it's supposed to say force, it says form in the article, arrested 6 suspects and dismantled a mentoring hub linked to cybercrime activities, including business email compromise, romance, and investment scams. So Nigerians are, I guess they're tired of having this what do you call it, like this view of them as being,
Right. It's
Stigma.
Yeah, it's a stigma. Yeah.
Stigma. There you go. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe it is too early for me in the morning. I don't know. But the stigma of being like the scamming folks, right? Because I've even done it myself, like for years and years and years. I make jokes about how I've helped a Nigerian prince. You know what I mean? Like they're like, we sick of this, man. Like we don't like it either. I think is what's going on here. That's how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But they put a force together, right? And this operation they dismantled a cybercrime recruitment and mentoring hub in Abuja, which is the federal capital territory of Nigeria. So they see several digital devices believed to be used in the criminal activity. So them cracking down on it, right? It's not a matter of someone from out of the country cracking down on it. They're taking this in-house to say, okay, we don't like seeing this either. We want to get rid of it. And what prompted it, I don't know. Like, I can't say for sure. I don't know if it's one of those things. Again, I'm joking when I say the stigma thing, right? But it could have been, maybe they're going after people in Nigeria, right? And it just forced their police force to take action. So, but yeah, they're trying to get these guys off the street, guys and gals, I'll assume, right? Equal opportunity when it comes to offenders here, right? Anybody can do it, right? But they're trying to keep these people from trading hacked Facebook accounts, doing the romance scams, computer forgery, just different fraud they've been doing, for years that we've known them to do. They're cracking down on it. So yeah, this is good news, right? Like, I don't have to worry about. Which I don't know if I've gotten them in a long time now. It's probably been going to my junk email that I don't even look at and I just delete. But no Nigerian prince has hit me up for money recently, so I can't sit here and say it's a thing that's that prevalent anymore. But obviously it is, right? They're still out there doing that. So, Chris, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so kind of thoughts on the stigma and like the culture that it's unfortunate in less less advanced countries that you have this activity going on because there isn't a lot the economies aren't up to the Western levels, right? So unfortunately, you do have people that have to resort to scamming to get some type of sustenance for their lives, right? But that kind of being said, on that side, right? Um, on the stigma, recently I think it's actually shifted towards India, right? Like before it used to be, maybe 5, 10 years ago, you would think it's Nigerian scammers, but really, I think you're getting scams from all facets of, media. You're getting you're getting messages on, social media, right? You're getting random texts, right? So there's not just phishing, right? There's SMS phishing now, right? You're getting emails as well, and a lot of it, like the texts are really detailed. They'll ask like they'll just say a random name. Hey Bob, hey, that was really fun yesterday. Just something very vague, and then what were you supposed to respond? Like, hey, this isn't Bob. This is actually my name, right? But there's all these tactics that they're using, and they're getting really advanced to the point where actually but I had Googled this real quick, but they've got justice.gov. They're putting warning signs and letting people know during tax season, hey, multiple India-based call centers, and the directors are being indicted for phone scams, right? So unfortunately, right, I think it's the tide have shifted to India, um, partly because there is a little bit more lax regulations over there, and to some degree, sometimes it might be encouraged, right? That's I at least I read about that type of behavior. Um, but that said, this is kind of going back and they're recruiting young kids to do this, right? They're recruiting youth to get into oh, this is what you do on the internet, right? And we're going back to Nigeria. And it's the same thing with cybersecurity, though. We can do the opposite. We can train and get that awareness at a young age to where we can recognize and be cognizant of these types of attacks.
So I'm about to blow your mind, or at least I'm about to blow
Let's
somebody in the audience
let's
mind.
do it. Let's do it.
So if you go to Georgia Attorneys General's, I'm sorry, I can't speak. Georgia Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division, it says of the Nigerian scam criminals who could be traced, 71%, 71 lived in the US. So the next highest population was 7.9 in Nigeria. We
Oh
have
my goodness.
we have taken the Nigerian scam, or they also call it the 419 scam, which is after the Nigerian Penal Code for addressing fraud, and we have made it American. We are the Nigerian scammers.
That is I don't even know how to respond to it. That's freaking
Blow
insane.
your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too shocked. To be honest with you, I'm not too shocked, right? Because when you think about it, right, when you think of America, like we're not paying close enough attention to these things, right? Like it, despite your stance on it and your political beliefs on it, right? Like look at what's happened from 2016 and on, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just getting at people through Facebook. Like if they put it on Facebook, it's true. That's just kind of how it is, right?
Hmm.
If you put it in somebody's email and they see it, they'll be like, "Oh, it must be real." You know what I mean? This must be how it is. Like I'm not. I'm actually really not surprised by that.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me like because I was trying to see the percentage. I was like, how many are they sending over here? And then I see it's flipped on its head. It's like less than 10% are actually coming out of Nigeria. Nigeria's sick of it. So stop blaming us for your American scams, right? But yeah, 71% is what they reported on the Georgia Attorney General's website. So kind of threw me off a little bit. So,
They invented
but
it. They invented it. We perfected it. That's what it is.
right, exactly. That's what we that's what we do here in America. And then we blame the other person. It's them. They're doing it. But no, yeah, I'm glad to see that Nigeria is doing something about it. Again, like even if they're only cracking down on that 7.9%, that's still a good percentage. But what are we doing here in the States? If 71% coming from us. But no, you're right, Chris, as well. Like it's global. So I've received a ton of phone calls. They even have shows now. Like they have like YouTube shows where uh people are scamming the scammers. So like they'll be getting scammed by a call center out of India, and then they'll
Hmm.
break into their system, and then they'll tell them they'll basically dox them. They'll tell them about
Yeah,
themselves. They'll freak them out.
yeah. See that.
It's hilarious. I'm like, that's what you get.
Yeah, there's this Reddit page for it's called Scambait. Definitely recommend checking it out. But
Mhm.
it's just screenshots of text. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, but again, like good on Nigeria for putting together a force and taking it down. Hopefully, we will continue to do the same on our side, right? To also alleviate some of that pressure and stress, or just call it American scams, right? Just take ownership of it. American Prince contacts you to get your money. But no, I think it's a
We
good
we we
conversation.
we call them wealthy people's kids. That's what American
There
Prince.
you
Yeah, there
go.
it is.
Yeah.
Right, we have our own royalty. They're called the Kardashians. It's crazy out here. So, but please continue to tune in throughout the week. I think it's a really good conversation. Uh, Shannon and Chris will be on all week. Monday, Tuesday are topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays will be a throwback, where I reach back into the almost 480 something episodes. I promise next week I'll actually know how many episodes. I always forget, but we're less than 500. But getting close. Like a couple weeks, we'll be at 500 episodes. So thank you again for listening. And then you can hit us up by the websites that go by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and Threads. Where can they find you, Chris?
You can find me on LinkedIn under Chris Abacon, spelled
There
A
it
Bacon.
is. A Bacon. And then you can only find Shannon here. So if you want to hear him or see him, you have to come to us. That's the way he keeps it. So with that being said, stay safe, stay secure.